Welcome, everyone, to the Soul Tribe podcast. I'm Auntie Charmaine, where we value community, connection, devotion, herbalism, and all the other amazing things that brought our grandmothers together. We're keeping the traditions, and we are so excited to have you here with us. Hey, Soul Tribe, it's Auntie here. So today we're talking about who are we when our resources, our finances are struggling? Who are we? What and how do we possess the inner man when so much of our financial security is being tested? Now, let me please explain and over explain that I understand that fear, that worry, that concern of not having enough. This is no longer a poor man's problem. This is an everyone problem. We live in an environment where you have a nation where we are literally not being able to find food for reasonable prices. Housing is going through the roof. Every single solitary utility that we have costs more than it did this time last year, and nothing has improved. It's something about understanding, knowing, and appreciating the fact that with all of the scarcity that's going on and all of the changes that's going around, we're going to have to improvise. So listen, at one point you might have been having pot roast. We're going to have to learn to use ground beef. We may have had an overindulgence of one thing or the other, but now we're being required to change. See, the understanding about change is that it doesn't always feel the best. And even us, we're making changes to make sure that we thrive and traverse these changes. Because the key is not to feel as though there is no hope. The key is not to feel as though there is no help. You have to find hope and faith outside of man. And you for sure have to be very diligent with your resources. This is not going to be in a time and an environment where overindulgence is going to be the name of the game. We are going to have to really think about what's important. So who are we if we can't afford to buy the Louis, the Gucci, the this, the that, the big house that sits on the top of the hill? Who are we? See, the one thing I understand about a lack mindset will make you believe that you are nothing if you have only a little. A lack mindset will make you think that without the Louis, the Gucci's, the this and the that, you have nothing, therefore there is nothing. These are all lies that we tell ourselves to preserve our feelings, to keep from feeling like we're not accomplishing, we're not making headway. But I need you to understand none of these economic changes that we're going through right now is our fault. Now, let me explain something to you, sweetheart. I am the auntie for the community, which means I am well versed in fussing, complaining, and telling it like it is. And I am telling you, these changes and challenges that we're facing, a lot of them are outside of our control. So, what can we do to gain our understandings? Please know you are more than the material things that you have. So many people have based their worth. We have based our entire worth on all of the things, the cars, the houses, the money. What happens when you have the beautiful home, you have the cars, and everything costs because it costs to maintain things, and we may or may not have it? You got to understand, sweetheart, outside of your home, outside of the things you own, you are precious. So, what are the things that we can do? Number one, it's time to start valuing ourselves. What are the things about you that are special? What are your gifts, your talents? What are the things that you can bring and birth into this world right now that can build you up? Build you up in a way where you are now thriving in such times because you're using your gifts and your talents. What are some ways that you're showing up in the world in an insecure manner that we can help heal, that we can grow from? If we're needing affirmations, listen, baby, I am affirmation. Go get it. If we're needing a positive word, you already know, Soul Tribe Media, we do it every day. You have to fill your cup up with what makes you joyful and blissful outside of the material things. One of the things that I love most is my weekly hikes. Now, let me explain something to you. I gotta get it. I have to have my weekly hikes to be in a place where I am at peace and I am content with my life is where I find my greatest joys. I no longer look for happiness outside of myself. I know only I can give myself that. I bake bread for no reason. I listen to jazz music when it rains. I write poetry and just everything, good and bad, that's in my mind. I take it out of the mind and I put it on paper. And I allow myself to sit with my thoughts. And I look and examine myself as I am, the way I am. And I don't see the house, the cars, the things. I'm only left with me. And I have to look at myself and do some introspective work because I'm not perfect. I make mistakes like everyone else. So accepting myself for who I am and for what I am, that's outside of the things that I own. So I don't care if you have to write on your bathroom mirror, I am worthy. I am magnificent. I am filled with potential. I have endless possibilities for my life. So if one of the things that you love to bake, you love to cook, why not bake and cook? Sell your cakes, child. I know somebody will buy them. If you are a person who loves to talk, why not host some of your best friends and really have conversations over a beautiful game of gin rummy? Really see your circle, examine your friends, and ask yourself real questions. Am I living by the standards of someone else, or is this really me? What are the things that are in your life that bring you joy? And focus in on that. Now, I need you to understand that if you're focusing in on things that are destructive, that is not what we're talking about. So if eating a whole gallon of ice cream is what makes you feel happy, baby, that ain't it. Because now we're overindulging again. We need to get back to basics. What are the basic things that fill your cup that don't cost much? You understand what I'm saying? Listen, the best thing for me is a beautiful cup of tea with the ones I love, and we have deep conversations. That only requires you to have time. It doesn't cost you anything. That's what I'm saying. It's the things that we value. Where are we placing our value? Are our values and morals really on the things that we own and have, or are they on the people we love? Those things that we have only bring added joy, but it doesn't fill our cups. So, how do we then take a look at our lives? Well, I'm sitting here with a beautiful cup of tea. I have my CBD. I am excited about life. I'm here with my good girlfriend and one of my favorite nephews. And I see life from a cup of being half full versus half empty. It's not about buying things and having things, because baby, I could wear everything from Shein child, to everything from Walmart. This is not that is not it. It is about what fills your life with joy, endless bliss, outside of politics, outside of things, outside of. Because, sweetheart, I am more bound to spend $100 on food and invite a bunch of people over and have joy and laughter and funny. Listen, I could do that before I do things like $100 sneakers. I understand that nice things are great to have, but they don't make me. They don't make me. They don't break me. If I have it, great. If I don't, fine. Do I have the people in my life that keep me balanced? My hikes, are they a way of filling my cup or distracting me? Oh, geez. It's trusting the flow. It's going with the understanding that no matter what you have, you are and was created perfect. And all of the changes and challenges, we just have to rise to the occasion. So, I don't buy a lot of food out. I make my food, which is great for me because I know how to cook and I like my food to taste a certain type of way. Like, what are those things? I love to paint. Child, please go to Five Below, get yourself a canvas, sit and enjoy. It's like the things that don't cost are the things that I find is what I can appreciate the most. Listen, my good girlfriend, she brings me clothes. I wear them with pride. I invest in my Starbucks coffee creamer, the brown sugar oat milk, of course. And I live. And I don't worry about the things that I can't change. And if I don't have, there's always someone in my life who can help. And when I do have, I make it my business to give back. It's this cycle of understanding how resources really flow. If you live and hold on to every penny like it's the last penny you have, your money will be stagnant. If you spend money very wastefully, you'll find your needs will never be met. What we are being required to do is to have balance. What does balance look like? Well, balance looks like a lot of different things for a lot of different people. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, if you are Elon Musk, I'm sure that your ideas of what's most important looks very different. You understand? If you are a person who is very poor, you may see your needs may look different. Everyone's needs are different. So what do you need? And then understand that sometimes it's important to buy those little pleasures. I indulge on my CBD and my Starbucks oatmeal creamer. That's my little bit of heaven on earth. And I don't require much outside of that. I do my own hair, I do my own nails. I live the life, but I provide it for myself. What is the life that you envision for yourself, and how do you get yourself there? There may be times, sweetheart, where you may have to do your own nails, but thank goodness you can afford to do it. And there may be times where you're eating ground beef instead of pot roast. But in all things, we give thanks that it's food on the table. Child, please, I am just as happy with tuna fish sandwiches as much as I am filet mignon. It's a way of seeing life. So understanding that the way you see life is the way you'll live it. Because your living is your perception. Perception is reality. I want you to perceive your life with the greatest views, because that's the only way you're going to get it. I'm telling you, whether I'm wearing Louis, Gucci, or Poochie, whether I have a lot or don't, I am Charmaine. I am the one who will show up for you. I am the one who loves her family deeply. My friends are more like family. And the relationship that I have with the infinite source is air to breathe for me. Ask yourself real questions, because the truth of the matter is all of the things that we have and all of the things that we buy, guaranteed, the people who own those companies don't give two damns about whether you eat or not, whether your bills are paid or not. So how about living from within and living with you in mind, you and your family in mind? That's the only way we're making it out of this, people. Community, family, spiritual connection, the very things our ancestors thrived off of. Because the truth of the matter is, everyone who is living in this world right now is living a lot better than the Queen of England 23 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. That's how much our standard of living has changed. So let's ask ourselves if we're living far better off than any royal 100 years ago. That's pretty good. Now ask yourself, how do we live in appreciation so we don't feel like we're lacking so much? That's the important part. Understanding that everything that has a cost will allow us to appreciate it more. I think we forgot the costs associated with so much. We're so busy getting, going, that we forget how to slow down and actually appreciate what we have. Sweetheart, listen, I feel perfect in my house more so than anywhere else. Why? Because I work hard to enjoy my home. And no one can make it feel more like a home than me. What is in your life that makes you feel at home, where you don't find yourself frustrated, irritated, aggravated? Now build from there. That is what money can't buy. Peace, joy, bliss, happiness, excitement. See, it can give you those things in spurts. But all of those things that you want to last must come from within. I hope this, y'all, has filled your cups, because change is here. It's no longer coming. And if we don't know how to traverse these changes, y'all, I just don't know how we're going to make it. So I'm here with you and you are here with me. And every day that we can get to breathe and be grateful and thankful, you will find more gratitude is the attitude that will lead to more abundance. Point blank in the period. I hope this has filled you up. Peace and love, y'all. I'm Auntie Charmaine, and I am a constant reminder to our tribe to connect mind, body, and soul as we talk everything spirituality, everything herbalism, and all amazing things in between. I am the auntie for the community. Peace and love, y'all. This is Soul Tribe Media, where your spiritual journey comes alive. A media movement rooted in empowerment, enlightenment, and elevation. Join me for a day in the life with Auntie as I bring you along on these sacred journeys and gaining everyday wisdom. Read our latest publication at OK Universe I Hear You as we keep it real, tell the truth, and go through our healing with real talk. Listen in on the latest Soul Tribe podcast episode as we give voice to spiritual growth and divine timing. Read the latest publication of BNP Chronicles as we talk all things astrology, numerology, holistic wellness, and mindful practices. Come and sit with us as we have Sunday morning messages with Auntie, as we talk enlightenment, one auntie to one niece or nephew. Join us for our TikTok live show, with me, Auntie Charmaine, as we build that sacred community in motion, one amazing conversation at a time. Let me explain something to you, sweetheart. You have entered an amazing space that is going to keep you full and get you the enlightenment that you're seeking. Welcome to Soul Tribe Media.